John, you're back on campus. What's it like? I know it's been, time number 7, 8?
Yeah, I've been there many times, multiple times, and every time I come, I get impressed. Each time, I ain't gonna lie. So this time, I had a great time out here. Got to see them practice yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, today. Got to see them do little walkthroughs yesterday and stuff. It was a great time.
What was different about this trip compared to all the other ones?
Yes, sir. I got to spend time with a couple of players like Trevor, Nick, Kojo, Chapman. I got to spend time with a couple of them, and they all different and like similar in the same ways, and like they all work, just here to work, here to get better, and I appreciate spending time with them. Who stood out? Nick did real good. The freshman, he stood out. Yeah, he did real good out there.
What spot was he at? Left tackle?
Left tackle, yeah. Yes, sir. He did real good out there. Yeah, he stood out the most to me.
How was the food?
The food was great. Everything, yeah. I've been eating all weekend. I gotta go back and work out when I get back home. So,
you got any other trips coming up?
I got a couple of these. Yeah, I got a couple. Well, I may come back here, once, and then I got a couple OVs set up. But I'm been really down soon. I'm probably really down to three schools for real. Hit this school, Michigan, and a school I'm not going to say right now because every time I say it, Texas fans don't like it. So I'm a school around the street, So yeah. But yeah,
that's a mystery.
Yeah, yes sir. But those are the 3 schools I'm really interested in right now. But I'm probably going whenever I get that feeling, God tell me when, I'm gonna commit, and I'm gonna stay with that school.
I was going to ask you about a commitment. Is that just when it feels right? Maybe after officials or anything like that, just down the line?
Yeah, probably when it feels right, and then after, if I take my unofficials, that's all about timing, I think. Whenever I feel right and God's going to tell me, about timing.
Did you talk to Coach Stark today?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What was that meeting like? That's the first time probably since he came to your school, or?
He couldn't come because he was he was sick.
Yeah.
So, I talked to him. He was just telling me how much they want me, and how much I can get better when I come here. How much I can improve when I come here. I really appreciate the coaches being real, and they're just good people too. I could tell they're genuine people. They're here for their job and to get players better and get them developed.
Just seeing Nick come in his first semester already, taking what looks like second team reps,
yeah.
Is that something he talked to you about, or kind of his process, playing early?
No, I can tell he not satisfied with just being on second team. He trying to be a starter. That's everybody should try to get on that field and work. So he driven. He a dog. Yeah.
Well, Dia, you got to see practice. What was it like? Who were some of the standouts there?
Standouts, I'd like to say there's a lot of young guys that are standing out today. Always our running backs are always good. Coach Sark is doing a great job coaching all these young guys, getting them prepared for the season coming up. More of our veteran guys are out, so with Demo and Wingo not practicing, but our young guys are stepping up and trying to learn everything.
You said you're back for official visit June 20th. You got a lot of commitments in that group coming in that weekend. How excited are you to kind of build this class as the quarterback and a quote unquote face of the class right now?
Yeah, it's big responsibility. I'm happy for it to be my responsibility as well, but having a good time meeting all these young guys, having a good time building relationships with them, whether they choose here or not. It's always great to meet new faces and hopefully be playing with them on the 40.
Anybody you're specifically recruiting today, or you're looking at everybody?
I was on everybody. I was on Hezzy Kent, I was on KJ Edwards, Samari Smoke Matthews, Chase Calicut. The list goes on. Those guys know. I talk to them. But we're trying to build the best class in the country, so that's what I'm out here trying to do.
Perfect, Dia. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
First time here, dude. What you think of everything?
It was a great first day experience. Grateful I'm here for 2 more days. I leave Monday. So overall, the first day was great. I got to meet up with some of the coaches, talk to Coach Orfe one-on-one, and see the overall atmosphere and culture of Texas.
What's the rest of the visit look like for you?
Honestly, I don't know. I kind of just been going with the flow. I kind of let them take control. Me and my family just been following. But like I said, it's been a great visit, and I absolutely loved it.
How was that scrimmage earlier today?
It was live. I didn't know there was full pass and hitting like that. So, I came in kind of blinded, thinking it was going to be tag off, but it was out there hitting and showing full emotion. We're talking smack and competing against each other, which is the type of person I am. So, always seeing that is great.
You think with a DB, you kind of have to play with that edge, don't you?
Oh, yeah, you got to. Especially, I think at a big school like this with football, it's kind of top notch. So I mean, playing with that competitive chip on your shoulder is definitely a big thing.
You said you got to talk to Coach Orfat.
Mm-hmm.
What was that first reaction like with him?
I mean, I kind of knew him prior because he was at Rutgers and he offered me.
Yeah.
But that was my first time kind of seeing him one-on-one in his like little environment, his one-on-one. So I mean, learning about the technique he teaches DBs and kind of more of his resume of who he coached and the type of energy he's bringing to Texas. I mean, he looks like he's gonna set everything up right.
Going back to the scrimmage, what players stood out to you?
I'm still learning names, but
Or numbers?
We'll know the numbers.
okay, numbers. Definitely 6. He was
Kobe Black.
Yeah, he was kind of the long corner. I definitely liked him. He definitely had the swagger to him. I mean, he was on his island holding his own. 11 a little bit. 11 looked good. Kind of really that whole group, even with the safeties. I remember I remember some of the safeties like number 4. They all look pretty smooth. I mean, that whole DB room, after every little section, they came together and talked. And I thought that was a big thing. That shows like their brotherhood and how they hold each other accountable to push themselves forward.
Are they looking at you just at corner? Or are you looking at a little bit of star, nickel, possibly, maybe safety? That versatility, kind of what do they see?
I think coming in year 1, you want to focus on one thing, not to like push any stress on you. So I definitely think corner I will come in. And then as time go on, versatility is big nowadays in the NFL and college. So I will think they'll move me around to nickel and safety, which I have no problem with. Whatever gets you on the field quick.
Smart, you've got a Texas official visit, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then what other officials do you have?
I have Texas, which is the 13th and 14th of June. I got Florida State June 6th, Clemson May 30th, and South Carolina June 20th to the 22nd.
Any idea when you might want to make a decision?
August, sometime in August, maybe like early August before school start and like before the first game.
For your senior year, get your spot, get it over with.
And try to win a ring.
Where did Texas sit? How did you know? It's early since you've been here the first day. Where are they kind of standing in your recruitment?
Definitely high. I mean, the day they offered me, I booked the OV, and I booked it. So I mean, Texas was a school I used to always say that I wanted who I didn't have. So I mean, as soon as they offered me, I just took the advantage. I always looked at Texas from the outside, not actually being here and seeing like everything that I thought it came true. So, I mean, they definitely high up there.
Who's going to be the top competition to get you?
The other 3 schools in the top 4, which is Florida State, South Carolina, and Clemson.
What was it about Texas that made you want to set the visit up so quick? I mean, you said you're kind of from an outsider. You
Yeah.
always liked him. What was it that had him on the radar?
Really, I had a whole bunch of friends in the 26 class who lived out here. It kind of told me everything about Texas. I mean, and then just watching them on TV, the Natty, the run they went on. I mean, the defense was on fire. So I mean, it was just something I always wanted to be a part of and come experience. So when I saw a coach I was already close with take the job, I already knew what it was that he offered me.
I mean, you're one stranger here, but what was today like? What are the highlights?
I just like the practice, going full speed, hitting, just really picking up on all the defensive adjustments today and, what they're running. So, yeah.
Who stood out from that linebacker section? Guys you were watching, paying attention to?
Ty Anthony, Anthony Hill too, really everybody did good today, yeah.
You weren't here too long ago. I mean, it was just a couple of weeks. Why'd you want to get back down and see him live on full pads?
Yeah, just, get used to everybody, just, make more connections and all that, and really just get used to how, things are, so yeah.
You've been here half a dozen times. What was it about this trip that was maybe a little different than the others?
This trip was really about, just getting back over here, really just seeing, in terms of like football scheme wise, different things and how they would handle, with a little live scrimmage today. So yeah, just really getting used to everything and all that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You got Texas official visit. You got Baylor, Penn State, and then who am I leaving out?
A&M.
Houston.
Houston, yeah.
Houston. Are you going to take those 4? Are you going to take some others, or?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna take some others, but we'll see. So yeah.
Any idea when you might want to make a decision, wrap it all up, and get it over with, get your spot?
Yeah, probably gonna be in like July.
Sometime before your senior year, probably.
Yeah. So yeah, that's probably gonna be the time.
Obviously, official visits will be big, but just put in your words, where does Texas fit in coming into those visits?
Definitely, up there top, one of my top schools. So, just really trying to take it slow and see all the out-of-state schools. And, yeah.
You said some of the others, like what are some of those out-of-state schools you might want to set up an official for?
Really, Penn State. Yeah, man, that's really good.
Yeah. What's the allure with Penn State?
So
What's the draw with Penn State? What do you like about them?
I just like, you know, they put a lot of people in the draft now, you know, with Abdul Carter, Michael Parsons, you know, I feel like they, you know, has that similar skill set with mine. So, yeah.
Even though I got the offer pretty late, for Texas family to be showing me a lot of love is really big for me, even late in this process. So.
What was the scrimmage like, and which player stood out when you were watching?
Really, Dalen McCutcheon. He's kind of my same size and height, and really the way they were using him inside and outside, and the way he was able to learn the offense pretty early on is something I'm looking forward to doing as soon as I get on campus, wherever I'm at. So, really watching him play and seeing him make the plays just really inspired me a lot.
I've seen you comment you're pretty open, it sounds like, but just where does Texas kind of fit in after today?
Definitely one of my top schools, for sure.
They talked about official visit. You guys talked about that kind of
Yes,
stuff?
sir. I think I'm going to lock in an official visit for either the 13th or the 20th.
Do you know any other schools you're going to take officials to?
Washington, Mizzou, OVU, and Arizona State.
Did you grow up in Oklahoma?
You grew up in Oklahoma.
Did you?
Not like Texas.
Not even. I'm more of a players type of guy. So.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What was Coach Sean, Coach Jackson's message for you?
Really just the culture. They're preaching to the culture, or preaching to me about the culture, telling me how well I fit in and how well they use speed. My main thing was the pro-style offense and how they get players to the league, as you can see from the last 2 to 3 years. All the players that have gotten drafted, the wide receivers, it's really starting to turn like wide receiver game. Developmental key from even Coach Clark and Coach Jackson, the way they work together, the way they develop the receivers. Really impressive.
Do you think they'll always have a pretty good quarterback here?
For sure, that's no doubt.
How tough will it be for a school like Texas or anybody to get you away from Oklahoma or the backyard?
To me, like, distance really isn't a big problem with me. I got a really good support staff. My mom, my dad, my grandparents. So really the best place for me is where I feel like I fit in. The offense that I fit into, a coach that's going to take care of me, the head coach, wide receiver coach. Really guys that I feel like I can be around all the time.
Before Price,
Yes, sir.
what was it like this time compared to the others?
I got a better experience this time, you know, seeing a new defensive coordinator and whatnot, seeing all the new players, new faces they got, just seeing what they got coming this season.
What was the scrimmage like?
Scrimmage was good. They was going after it, offense and defense, both sides of the ball. Defense got after them a little bit more, I can say, but I think they had a good practice.
Were there any players that stood out when you were watching them?
The young guys, you know, Colin Simmons still, Nick Brooks, all the young incoming freshmen and whatnot, you know, they're young team this year. So,
You see Justice Terry out there?
yes, sir. Play good, yeah, just Terry's a good factor out of that. So.
What's your relationship like with Texas? I know you've been on the board for a while, but what does Texas mean to you?
I think Texas means a lot. You know, I've been here for a couple of times, so I keep coming back for a reason. I think relationship getting stronger and stronger each time I come. So I think it's pretty good.
What's that like with Coach Baker?
Me and Coach Baker got a great relationship. You know, we talk on a day-to-day basis, so I think it's pretty good.
How was the food?
Food good. Crawfish good. Tacos good.
You staying here through tonight? Or you leaving tonight? Or
Staying through the night.
okay.
You got your Texas OB. What other ones do you have set up?
Clemson, Auburn, Miami, and Texas A&M.
Any idea when you might want to make a decision?
Whenever that time's right, I'll make that decision.
That feeling, you want to get that feeling?
Yes, sir.
Any of these schools you feel better about than another?
I think they're all pretty much equal right now.
What stood out about the whole experience?
I just definitely know the young coaches. I can relate to them. The environment, it's in the city. I love the atmosphere. Love talking to Coach Sark. The GM, he's young, so I can relate to him. The culture here, you know, it's we over me. You know, it's a family oriented. You know.
Is it nice to see a lot of other Georgia guys here having a good time?
Yeah, for sure.
Other than talking to the coaches, what was your favorite part of the visit today?
Dude, like looking at the city here, man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
When you were at the scrimmage, which players stood out to you? You could just say numbers if you saw one or two.
Man, the most obvious, Colin Simmons. You talking about the ends?
Or whoever you saw.
All right, so I got my homeboy Nick Brooks. He's a dog. Now I gotta say his name. Yeah, I said Colin Simmons already. Who else? I can't think right now. Colin Simmons.
What's next for you this spring? Do you have any other trips lined up?
So I have 6 official visits, most of them in June. I'm taking official visit to Georgia Tech, April the 26th. And after that, I have an official visit to. I just set one with Texas. So,
Do you know what date that is?
Thursday through 5th.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I have one with Clemson, Georgia, Texas, Notre Dame, and Tennessee.
And then make a decision after, you think?
Yeah.
Just overall, it sounds like you love the city, but what do you think of this program, and how high does this program rank in your recruitment?
Man, it's top three. It checks off all the boxes with, education. The degree here holds a lot of value. Great football. Like I said, great culture. It's an amazing place to be. You're in the city. You're not in the middle of nowhere. Can't really say anything bad about it. So I'm glad I took it.
First time back since junior day, right?
Oh yeah, it was smooth. I liked it down here. It felt like home. I mean, pretty much is home. Well, almost.
Okay.
So yeah, I can't wait to get back down here for my official visit.
Yeah.
You got to see practice today. What kind of stood out? I'm sure you're watching some of the DBs.
Yeah, they all look like they can move. They all look like me, and they said I move like them. I could play like them. So whatever gets me on the field as fast as possible.
Which player did stand out from?
Really, Michael Tabb. I mean, he just Michael Tabb. He does everything right. He's smart. He can move. He can hit like me.
You pick any of those guys' brains, just asking them questions about playing DB at Texas?
Yeah, Caleb Chester and Kay Phillips. I was asking them boys because I knew they just got here and everything. How they like it. They said they love it down here. They've been already getting developed to better players at what they was. Yeah.
I know the staff has transitioned over the last couple of months. What's your relationship now like with Coach Akina and Coach Orfe?
Yeah, Coach Orfe and Coach Akina, they was both recruiting me after old schools. So whenever they got here, it was just even better because Coach Orfe, he's from my school. He graduated and coached from North Shore. So that's always a good fit. Coach Akina, he's been here. He's an OG. And he at Arizona, he was always recruiting me hard. So yeah, when he got here, he kept recruiting me. That's what I like.
You got an OV for Texas. Do you have any other OV set up for late May and early June?
Yeah, I have June 20th to 22nd with Michigan, and June 2nd. I don't know if it's the first or the second, but it's Ole Miss, and the 8th is Washington.
You just went to Michigan, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
And you loved it. You came back. It made an impression on you.
Yeah.
What was it about the Wolverines?
Really, the coaching there too, and their staff, and how they develop their DBs. They're well respected around NFL and college level. So yeah, Coach Moore and them, they know how to develop some DBs.
You get to see Sark today? Speak with him?
Oh yeah, we had a good meeting. He showed me what type of player I could be, what I could be turned into, and he showed me what he got planned for me, and I liked it.
Sweet.
They compete any of those guys, and he said a lot of them look like me, but they see like any other guys on the team or former guys.
Yeah, Coach McKinney, he pulled up some old guys like some Earl Thomas film, some other guys I don't even know that make big hits just like me. I was like, oh yeah, that does look like me. So yeah,
I could see some Dakari Pearson.
Yeah,
it's definitely there. You said, hey, do you have an idea when you maybe want to make a decision? It feels like it's kind of hanging on your heart right now.
Yeah, I want to definitely make my decision in July after my OVs.
Okay, curious today.
It was great. Coach Floyd and his office, we had a great talk about how to become a better player. Talk more about the academics and stuff like that.
Yeah. How was practice like? Anything you noticed? Anybody standing out? What was cool about practice?
It was a great competitive team. Period. They got out there today.
Anybody stand out? You like what you saw from the practice as well?
I already knew all of them really, so it wasn't nothing different.
I know it's early for you, but coming down here to Texas, what's kind of your interest in the Longhorns, and what's your relationship like with the staff?
I know all the coaching staff. We have a great relationship with everyone. It's always something good that come out their mouth when they start saying something to us.
You've been here a few times. Didn't you come last year for the elite camp, and that's when you earned your offer?
Yes.
What was it like being back this time compared to last? Is it a little bit different strut when you got an offer walking around here?
It was crazy. I was still shocked at the moment when I first got the offer. I ain't know I was going to come to Texas and get an offer.
You talked to Sark today?
We'll talk to him a little bit.
Yeah. Have they made you feel like a priority? I know, like you said, he said it's early, but they made you feel like a top target?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He said I'm top on the list too.
Yeah.
At 27. Yes, sir.
You have any other schools that you might be visiting, or any other that's standing out with you or connecting with you right now?
OU and A&M.
OU and A&M. Any other trips maybe to either one of those soon?
I already been to both of them.
The OU, A&M, Texas, are those kind of the schools you're?
Yes, sir.